Grapes cut a long green scar across the face of the valley far. Like our wounds, it tells the story, the song of how the West was won. Out in California, harbor towns are killing flood, washed with methamphetamine, and all the longshoremen's hands, they bleed through a cracked glove on the wheel. 'Cause out in California, finding the sun, capital gain. Rules for everyone. Man with a suit and a chain. Well, he's with you all and he's gone. Ground with egg full of thorns. Sodom and maybe Gomorrah. 'Cause out in California, they spend their nights in bars, and they ride off in a stretch limousine, maps to the movie stars. They want to make you believe out in California, out in California, out in California. You find the sun. Thank you very much. It's too bad we're not recording this because when you guys clap, it sounds like there's twice as many. I'd be like, yeah, I played Australia. You know? So from California. God, thank you very much. One Californian. I was born and raised in California. That song that I just played for you is about all the places I was arrested, which was everywhere I went, pretty much. I have a different life here in New York. I've only got speeding tickets. When we first moved to Woodstock, my wife and I, we didn't have a child, and we moved to Burtcliff in Woodstock. You guys know where that is? So we lived in a one-room cabin there in Burtcliff, and lived there for quite a while. Then we moved to a bigger cabin with 2 rooms, and that's where our child was born. say, I like everybody else. You know, I came for the mystique, you know. And so here's a little song I wrote for one of my heroes. You guys might have heard of him, Emanuel. This is a song off of my last record called The Cautionary Tale of Richard Emanuel. There was a time and a place I felt the wheel in its grace. King Arthur sang in the fields. So we drank to what we made, and the season changed. Soon I felt alone in the slow decay. Why must I be the thief? Why must you see my grief? I can't explain what comes over me. Then I was crushed by the weight. Hung it all up and I waved goodbye to the crowd and the hands from the stage. Whispering sound I received through the pines and the trees. In a motel dream, I swam from the beach to the sea. Why must I be the thief? Why must you see my grief? Tears of rage roll down my cheeks. Can't explain what's over me. Home, so far away. Home, so far away. Home, so far away. Why must I be the thief? Why must you see my grief? Tears of rage roll down my cheeks. Can't explain. Can't explain. Can't explain. Can't explain what comes over me. What comes over me. What comes over me? What comes over me? What comes over me? I wish you hadn't mentioned Dracula because I just want to keep telling Dracula jokes. And I heard those guys over there. Everybody comfortable? Yes. It's stadium seating, which is really good. Nobody, no accidents. I have to say that was my main concern when they showed it to me. I thought like, oh, is it dangerous for you, the audience members? I have a problem. Well, I have a bunch of them. One of them is, excuse me, one of them is I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I worry too much. I have a child, she's going to be 9. And I she tells me that I worry too much. She says, Papa, you worry too much. But I do, because all I can see, and maybe you guys can relate to this, but all I see is the danger, you know. I just see the danger. So everywhere we go, I see the potential for disaster. So when I saw mine, I just saw us all like rolling down into water together, and me being electrocuted. With that being, oh my God, between that and the sound of the applause, we have one of I mentioned my old life. I have a whole life. There's definite. There's my life in California, and there's my life in New York. In my life in New York, I do stuff like this. I get to play music, and I get to do interesting things. I have a child and a wife, and friends. I don't lie that much, you know. A couple of stuff, you know, here and there, maybe. But, you know, I don't lie that much, and turns out, in my old life, that was a real problem, the lying. But there were some other things, too. There was one thing in particular that was really holding things up for me. And once I was able to remove that from my life, things got infinitely better very quickly. And so this is a song about that. I wrote 2 songs for the last record. I wrote a song called What You Can Have, which is a very long song, it's about 20 minutes of all the things one can have. And then I wrote this song called What You Cannot Have. It is a very short song. It was just about one thing. Lucky for you, I'm going to play it for you now in its original form before my band got a hold of it and ruined it. Just burned and then was warm, and it took your heart. It's what you cannot have. There was hate when you were young, turned to rage. And what you become, and it made you want what you cannot have. Remember me, son, don't waste all of you. There can be only one. Don't waste all your love, 'cause your heart can know what it cannot have. Yes, it made you real small. Now that you can stand up